G'day everyone and welcome back to Pete's Investing. Today is 19th of May 2023. This is the S&P500 update. So looking at a snapshot, we can see we got the weekly and a daily both showing bullish signals. So trading on the lower time frames like the hourly, we can take trades fairly confidently using long trades only. Let's look at the weekly first. You can see there the triple moving average of the price chart, 3, 5 and 60 is in an upswing. Likewise, the moving average 5 and 50 of the CCI 150 is also up, and that's giving us this bullish signal. So again, looking at the daily in more detail, we've got this support down here at 34.90 and also this resistance that was at 41.93, and also these diagonal trend lines you can see there if I zoom out along those tops and more those bottoms more recently. Looking at it more closely, you can see there yesterday we broke up through that resistance, so that's a pretty confident bullish signal, so we should be aware of that there. Now, one thing to notice is we had here a small divergence which didn't work, so we do look at divergence quite often. You can see there was a bullish divergence on the price chart. Let me just draw that little, so we take the same range as the CCI. You can see there was a bearish divergence on the CCI versus a bullish divergence on that, and that failed because the price has, or the CCI has broken up from there, and that likewise, so that in other words the CCI is now following the trend of the price, and that's what it usually does. But in cases where we have a divergence, they usually work and sometimes they don't. In this case it hasn't worked. Now we need to see it. Now, if this actually, I shouldn't say it too quickly, because you can see there, that could actually drop off quite suddenly, and in which case we can extend that bearish divergence along with that bullish divergence there possibly. So I'm not going to write it off as a failure yet until we see this more convincingly break to the upside or start turning down. If it starts turning down, I'm going to consider that as a continuation of this bearish bullish divergence. So hold that thought. We'll come back to it in a few days possibly. On the hourly, that's why we make sure the weekly and the daily predominantly are in the same trend and where they are at the moment. So on the smaller time frames like the hourly, we look at trading using the same methodology as the CCI and the moving averages. When it's in an upswing or in a bullish momentum, we take long trades when the candle breaks above the fractal, and take short trades obviously when the candle breaks below the fractal. In this case, trading long trades only. And up here I've got a back test running throughout the whole period. I'm not discriminating between weekly and daily trends, so I'm running through on the hourly through the whole period. You can see there we had a bit of a hit to this profitability on this back test during those 1, 2, 3 periods of a drawdown. Now, the way to avoid that, if you're not familiar with my channel, we only take long trades, and this is a long trading scenario. We only take long trades when our weekly and daily are aligned. So if you zoom back here, this goes back, that first average down, that first was during the periods of early 2022. So if you look at early 22, there was no bullish trades shown. If I zoom out here there are a couple of long trades there, but again, we need to make sure the weekly and the daily are aligned. So the weekly there, you can see there were no bullish trades except for that recent period there. And that's where that started making, that strategy would have worked. So during this whole period, during that, there was no bullish trades on the weekly. So to understand how to trade this and other trading strategies, reference the links in the description below to access my Patreon page. We do weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.